It appears that we're live. How you doing? Serene Acuity, how you doing? Uh, Unihu60, how you doing? Welcome. Evening, morning. Lisa Langer, good to see you. Hope everyone's well. Happy Saturday, everyone. Let's not forget. Yeah, it's a happy Saturday, but I mean, let's not forget the terrible anniversary that it is. It's the 20th anniversary of a terrible thing that transpired. So let's take some time to remember that. I hope we all spent a bit of time doing that and reflecting upon it a bit today. So those people are all in our thoughts. Sheila B, welcome. Angie, I see you there. Good to see you. Monique, hello. I try and say hello to everyone. Am I saying that right? Yuihu60. I'm probably making a terrible mess out of that. Oh, you came from Pinball's channel? Yeah, I saw you over there, Johnny Grapes. Do I know Pinball personally? We haven't met and shaken hands. He's in Tennessee and I'm in Canada. I have spoken with him at length on the phone regarding a number of different subject matters. So would I say I know him? I'd have to say yes. Have we met and shook hands and broke bread? I would have to say no. Judy, Prepper Chick in Texas, how you doing? Welcome. Humboldt, Wisconsin. John, well, welcome. It's good to see you. Mary, CBS. Good to see you. There's Les from Lone Star. We're watching your live stream earlier. It's always a lot of fun. M Hammer, it's good to see you. John, yeah, thank you. It's actually a beautiful stereo. It is. It's an early 70s model. Kenwood, I believe it's the amp is a KA6000 model. It's all been rebuilt. I'm running it through vintage Sirwin Vegas, also all rebuilt. I have a belt sent to me from a lovely friend and subscriber that I need to install on it. All right, I'm getting behind here. M Hammer, how you doing? Ace, good to see you from Iowa. From MB. Manitoba. My abbreviations state-wise aren't that great. Or province-wise, maybe it's Manitoba. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Brenda, there you are. Welcome. Oh, you and Dale. Okay, I hope you, hopefully, maybe you found that video informative. Not everyone knows you can store up cherry tomatoes like that. So, Andrea, welcome. Cutting your celery harvest to dehydrate. That's awesome. Yeah, listen away. Yeah, keep your hands busy and keep your ears open. It's good to see you here. Nice to see you've got your hands busy. I'm dehydrating at the moment as well. However, my hands aren't doing it. It's already in the dehydrator. Secret Pepper, there you are. Welcome. Big Bear. Kentucky Believer. Hello. Oh, you're following Pinball. First time over. Okay, so guys and gals, for any of you who don't know me, I'm Sean. I go by North Shore. Those who know me for a long time will call me Sean. Call me whichever. If you want to, please put it in capital letters or highlight my name and put it in capital letters, and makes it a lot easier for me to see. So anyone who's new here to the chat, what I try and do for the first portion of the chat is I try and say hello to everyone that's coming in. Now I'm going to miss a little bit here. A-Rod, I see you there. There's Kentucky Survival. Oh, Heather Pippin, you're also new here. Okay, yeah, I was just explaining. The first portion, I try and say hello to everyone. And then, we do what's called, what's the skinny? And basically, that's roughly where you're from. We don't want your address or postal code, but it's like, where are you from? What's your fuel price? What's your average price on ground beef? And just to see that the prices are maintaining norms, or if anyone in any area is seeing spikes in prices political situations in their area, flooding, extreme heat, whatever it may be. We try and keep the other apprised. And this is a fantastic way to do it, because somebody in the chat says something and someone 2 counties over, somebody says, we've got no ground beef over here at Aldi at such and such a location. Somebody a county or whatever over can say, oh, well, there's plenty over at such and such a location. It's to help the other out, right? So that's one of the reasons why we try and do that. You've been watching Pinball for a while. Pinball's a great guy, great channel. And to be honest with you, Johnny Grapes, at the beginning, when he first started his channel, he put out a bit of a request to get some moderators, because he figured he'd need someone. I moderate for a large prepping channel in the community, and it's work, right? And I saw Pinball's channel and I liked it, and I didn't want to moderate for him because I just wanted to sit back and enjoy his content. You know what I mean? Then he was in a pickle one night. I'm not sure if moderators didn't show up or whatever it was. I saw he was having some trouble. It's like, okay, if you want to go ahead and make me a moderator, I'll give you a hand. And I've been moderating over there since, and haven't regretted it one little bit. Great channel. Tons of good information over there. Very, very intelligent man. Plus, ex-military, so as am I. So there's a mutual respect there going on. So to any of our service members, former or current, thank you for your service. Very much appreciated. To all our police, EMS, firefighters, medical technicians, thank you for your service. Something very important to say on a day like today. So yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and fire through what's the skinny, give the lowdown in your area, roughly where you're at. Okay, Big Bear's already on it. I don't always necessarily read all that out. That's mostly for you guys and gals in the chat. Like, I'll skim over it and I'll have a look at it. There's Lone Star Pioneering, former United States Marine Corps. Thank you, Les, for your service. Grammy K, look at you. Welcome. There's Chicken. 415. Oh, in North Carolina. Fuel's running about, it's $1.39 a liter. You multiply that by 3.785, and it'll give you roughly $5.10 a gallon. Now, I'm in Canada, so bear in mind the differences. Wages are a little bit higher up here, but so what? They screw you on fuel, and a loaf of bread is $3.50, for Wonder Bread or whatever. Depends where you shop. So everything's relative. You know what I mean? People want to cry out and demand a minimum wage of $15 an hour. It's just going to increase the prices of everything else. You know what I mean? Yeah, so we got about $5.10 a gallon here. We got a beautiful day today. I think it topped out at about 76 or 77 degrees. Beautiful clear skies. Fairly strong, steady breeze running 10 to 15 out of the northwest. It made it very, very favorable to be outside. Very favorable. So it was lovely. So I took the opportunity of being such a nice day. Well, I was actually, I got up this morning, I was having my coffee, and I was enjoying Constantine's live stream. Now, that's his channel name is called Inside Russia. Ivan and Joe, I see you there. Welcome. It's good to see you. Welcome. Also, Mitzi, welcome. Jeep Girl. I've missed so many folks coming in. Lynn Ray, Lorna. I think I got you early in the thing there, Lorna. Becky Mama, chime in. Everyone's ringing in with their what the skinny is in their area. Question: Justin Trudeau, is he really disliked as all those YouTube channels show? Yeah, Chicken Prepper. I can't wait until the 20th when I cast my vote. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a big politics guy. And to be honest with you, I've never voted, ever. Simply because I've never filled out a census card. I filled one out this year. And I got my voter's card. And it couldn't come at a better time because I would vote for almost anyone to get him out. That communist so-and-so. There's another thing about my channel. I like to try and keep it a little bit clean. Like, we're here Eastern Standard Time, 10:22. I run my Saturday evening live streams after pinballs. And on Monday, I do a live stream at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And we especially like to keep it clean then. It's earlier in the day so that folks that go to bed earlier can watch. And oftentimes, because of time differences in different time zones across the continent, sometimes young families are cooking dinner. They may be watching while they're cooking dinner, and their kids may be around. So we want to keep it fairly family friendly. But on a later one like this, we can loosen up a little wee bit. Honey Badgers, there you are. Welcome. Deanne, I don't think I said hello yet. Oh, Lorna. I was thinking about that about 2 minutes before I put the live stream on. Okay, what Lorna's referring to, guys and gals, is okay. I'm running my live stream from this web camera here. It has these two little blue lights on either side of the lens. Now, for the last 2 live streams running, I have had a fly in there that loves that freaking blue light, and then sometimes it'll crawl across the lens and just drives me nuts. So I've been smashing at it with this pillow and knocking stuff off the desk and all these kinds of things. And then I've been trying to flick it with my finger, but I was looking for it just before I put the live stream on, and I haven't seen it. So there's the update on the fly. You felt the same about Commander Spray Tan. Yeah, okay, exactly. So the treasures in Kentucky, I sure hope so. Tanya, hello, and welcome. So yeah, the skinny here is $5.10 for fuel. No, I'm not worried about it. If you're hanging it over at Pinballs, if I didn't kick you out, if you were going to troll or spam, you would have done it over there. And, obviously I moderate there and we don't put up with nothing because Pinball wants it as such. So, morning, I think he got evicted today. I think the moratorium is up on that fly. Hey, Rooster, how you doing? Well, there's Mr. Tom. Anyone doesn't know Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom, go check him out. Wonderful Southern gentleman, friend of mine, and just a true Southern gentleman. Good channel, all kinds of good stuff to talk about. Steve, okay, well, you know what? I did do a live stream last night. It was impromptu. I don't hardly ever go live on Fridays. I try and stick to Mondays and Saturdays because with all the other moderating that I do, yeah, it keeps me busy 7 nights a week, right? So I do like to take evenings off. But yeah, we had a bunch of fun and discussed a lot of good things as well. Danny D, I see you there. Welcome. Sandra, hello. I spy. Said my little eye. Welcome. So welcome everyone. It's good to see it. To all of those who are new here, I don't ever bother asking for smashing the thumbs up. I'll do that on other people's channel when I'm moderating for them. But for me, it's not really that big of a numbers game. It's more about community and sharing information, kind of keeping things a little bit light. Who doesn't know Mr. Tom? Yeah, no kidding, right? Right, Les? Mr. Tom, I hope you're well this evening. A-Truck Campbell. You can speak in code, but do you own any boom booms? No. Do you not see you saying hello? I see you now, Mark. I was blabbering away for a little bit, during the skinny, but uh, Mr. Tom's YouTube page is exactly what his name is here. Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom. Yeah, I see you saying hello here. Welcome. It's good to see you. Gray Sky, there you are. Diesel for $2.99. Okay. Yeah, 510 here. Temperature was 77 topped out at. Ground beef holding steady at $6 a pound. And that's not for your good stuff. That's just for your run of the mill stuff. You'll get the odd sale in the family packs for $3.99 a pound. But if it's a smaller pack when it's a sale on, it's $4.99 a pound for the sale. So I mean, it's pretty expensive. A package of bologna up here, 500 grams, which will be 1.1 pounds. It's $5.50 at the cheap store. Baby red Angus. Congratulations, Rooster. That is freaking awesome. Guys and gals, Southern Boy Preppers in the chat. Welcome. Good to see you, Regan. Another lovely Southern gentleman. As is our good friend Les over at Lone Star Pioneering. Sherry Leach. Well, thank you ever so much for that super chat. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but I thank you for it. And hello, welcome. It's good to see you. As it is, all of you. There's Foxhead Outdoors. There's my buddy Cliff. He's down in New Mexico where it's hot as can be and has all those challenges of gardening in that. And he's doing a lot of container gardening down there with a good deal of success. So if you're in a hot zone, go check out my buddy Cliff over at Foxhead Outdoors. That's another thing we like to do is we like to promote other channels here. So you'll probably see my moderators busting out a bunch of links. LG Homestead, boom. See, Honey Badgers is already at it. Mr. Tom's at it. Or wait a second, no, somebody's pumping up Mr. Tom's channel. Another one of my moderators. I don't think Mr. Tom's a moderator on here. He can be if he wants to, but I don't think he's ever made that request. So, and I don't just go ahead and make people moderators. If they want to go ahead and post a link or something like that, then I'll make them a moderator for that. And then once they're done, if they don't want to moderate anymore, I'll just take them off as a moderator. So a lot of channels out there will just go ahead and make people moderators without asking. I just don't roll that way. You know what I mean? I like to have permission. I never assume anything. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Curvita, well, good to see you. Welcome. Welcome, Cliff. I don't think I said welcome. Hello. Hello and welcome all to the chat. Yeah, we like to keep things light here sometimes. Like to talk about prepping, not necessarily a whole bunch about politics or global issues. Like I say, we like to keep things light. We do these things called room raids from time to time, which is where we'll jump to another channel that's live streaming at the same time as we're live streaming here. It's got to be a smaller channel with very few in the live stream. Go over, just pound love into their chat room and nothing but positivity and hopefully uplift their channel. It'll expose another decent channel to more people's eyes, and it makes people feel good. So we like to do things like that, things of positivity, right? So it's about sharing information and keeping things light and being positive. I'm happy to entertain questions. If you have questions, definitely please highlight my name and put your question in caps so that I can see it much more easily than trying to pick out anything else from the chat. Yeah, if you're just chatting amongst yourselves, just try and keep it in lowercase. South Florida, welcome. It's good to see you. Okay, so with that, what did everyone do to? Hey, Sheena, there you are. Welcome. It's good to see you. Saying Sheena happy birthday last night. That's one thing I pledged to do, is if somebody comes into my channel while I'm live streaming and it's their birthday, I have pledged I will sing them happy birthday. but only on their birthday. If it was yesterday or tomorrow, I'm not doing it. Because I don't like happy birthday being sung to me. I feel like I want to hang my head, or it's, I feel, it makes me feel weird. Oh, you're welcome, Sheena. It was my pleasure to do so. But yeah, okay, with that, guys and gals, we got all the welcomes and explanation of what the channel is for the new folks and all those kinds of things. So if any of you got any questions, please go ahead and put them in caps. I'm going to throw a question out there to you guys and gals. Now, some of you already answered. One had a red Angus calf born a few hours ago. Awesome prepping. So, we know what you're doing on in your neck of the woods for prepping. Freaking awesome. Somebody else is cutting up celery to put in the dehydrator, so we know what they're doing. What did you all do to prep so far this weekend? Well, Les, if it's Monday, I'll be live streaming Monday, and if he's in my live stream when it's his birthday, I'll sing him happy birthday. Certainly will. I'd be happy to do that. What's up with the clock? Does it need batteries? Yours does? Well, I've got batteries for it at Dallas Homestead, but I have it permanently set at 20 seconds to midnight because I think that's how close the clock is getting to midnight. That's my doomsday clock, okay? The time never changes. Sometimes I advance it by a second closer toward midnight. Hey, Kelly, I see you there. Welcome. It's good to see you. So for anyone who doesn't know that's new into my chat, that's my doomsday clock, and it's set to 20 seconds to midnight because I feel things are getting close. Throw some jalapenos. There you go. I should do that with mine, Sheila. I don't care for jalapenos too much, and I'm not going to have enough really to can or to do anything with. But the wildfires, there was some out in BC and some in Northern Ontario, but they really didn't get much coverage. The ones out in BC were bad, and there was a lot more in Ontario than they were talking about. Nick, we're not doing a live call-in show tonight, and I don't often put my my number out there. When I do, it'll say live call-in show at the top of the as the title for the thing. I don't often do that. That's a once in a blue moon thing, simply because I don't want my phone number all out there, all willy-nilly, okay? All right, somebody do me a favor and boot Nick to the curb. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me do that. Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye, Nick. That said his thing was going to be hidden. Boom, there he's hidden. Good. Yeah. See, it's stuff like that, guys and gals. We just don't need that in the chat. There's no positivity or anything to it. Dehydrate and uses pepper powder. I guess I could do that, Mr. Tom. That's a good idea. Has Pinball been in here? I'm not sure if he's coming in. He's probably recording his video for tomorrow morning. He usually does that after his live stream. He does a live stream on Tuesday nights and Saturday nights. And he typically, once he's done his live stream on either night, he spends a bit of time filming his video for the morning. Northern Girl Hobby's birthday is Wednesday. Okay, I won't be live streaming Wednesday. But if she is, I'll be there. But it won't really matter if I sing her happy birthday. She won't even hear me. I'll probably just call her and sing it to her. That's all good, Southern Boy. I kind of wanted to do that one myself. But I appreciate you being there. So yeah, guys and gals, if you feel like it, please go ahead. Those of you who have channels in here. All right, definitely not a troll's getting it too. You can have that one, Regan. Cliff got him. Breaks my freaking train of thought, that kind of crap. But what was I doing when 9/11 happened? Well, like many of you, okay, now just I'm going to take some time to answer this because I think it's important, and I think it's something that everybody remembers who's old enough that when it happened, it was a monumental, memorable thing. So I will share what I was doing at the time when 9/11 took place. Okay, I was working about an hour and a half north of here on a big commercial job. Okay, just let me have a sip of this and we'll get right to it. Now I gotta apologize. I'm gonna miss a bunch of chat. Okay, very sad day. Yeah, Kelly. Hey Reagan, you can have fun with all the penis jokes in here. You or Cliff, or I'll just you know you moderators just go ahead and share them. If those are moderator snacks, those are. So just go ahead and share those amongst yourselves and enjoy, because I'm gonna chat here for a bit. But what I was doing, I was working on a very large commercial project. I was building a prison, and I was working on the central intake hub, Sallyport. Okay. Now, what Sallyport is there's a room in the middle of the Sallyport, and that's where all the controls and the guards would be controlling the doors and this and that. They're in there, and all around them, it's like a walkway up to the different corridors down to different pods of the prison. Okay. So the place was just under construction at the time, and what I was doing at the time professionally is I was a drywall taper. I was finishing the drywall, making it ready for paint. So I had been troweling away on this Sallyport ceiling all morning, and it came to morning coffee break time. We went and we had our 15-minute coffee break. I got back up on my scaffold, got right back to troweling away. Okay. Thank you, Roxy. It's a union position, so you got to produce union work, and they expect you. They expect to be getting their money's worth because the money was really good. So I was troweling away on the ceiling, making a nice job, doing what I do, and I didn't happen to have a radio around me. But about 10 minutes after I got back to work after morning coffee break, say about 20 to 10, something like that, the head electrician supervising all the electrical workers on that site, his name was Duke, and I knew him fairly well and by name, and he was walking from one part of the job to the other, and the intake Sallyport that I was working in is right in the central hub of the right in the guts of the prison. So everybody's got to go through there to get anywhere, right? If you're going from one area to another. So he passed by there going from one direction to another, and he mentioned to me that a plane had hit the building. I thought, okay. And he didn't give me any other details. I just thought, okay, I thought a Cessna bounced off the glass. You know what I mean? And I kind of said, well, that kind of sucks. And I kind of shrugged my shoulders and went back to my work, right? No, the trolls won't last long. They get bored anyways. I mean, there's nothing here for them. We don't get a jolt out of it, or it doesn't bother us terribly. It's just, they're like unwanted guests, But so I kept working, and then about 20 minutes later, he went by in the other direction. I guess he had a radio in where he was working, and he said another plane had just struck the building. Okay, now, if any of you guys and gals have been following me for any length of time, I've got a military history, military background, and what I did for the military was, let's just say, a specialized form of communications. That's what I'm going to leave it at. It was a very high security clearance position. Our couriers held top secret, if you want to know sort of what level at which I was working. I'm not going to tell you what the name of it was, but my pleasure, Johnny. It was my pleasure to do so, and I served not only my country, your country as well, but all other coalition countries at the same time. So I was happy to have done that. So, seeing as to what my background was, regarding what I did, during my military tenure. Um, my mind automatically started to think, okay, World War III or the wheels just started turning. Obviously, let me just say that, okay, and of course, I had to, it was 10 o'clock or whatever at that time, or shortly after 10 in the morning. And I wasn't working around a radio all day. There was no radio down in the lunchroom. But it was my pleasure, Regan. Um, so I didn't get to hear the radio or any news all day long, all right? You got to remember, this is 20 years ago. So there was no iPads and iPods or all those, people had job site radios, but they were this big, and, not everyone had one because they're very expensive. But so yeah, I heard the second plane hit the building, and my mind started thinking, okay, World War III, and then I had all day, all the rest of the day to the end of the workday, to think about it. And so I finally got off work, whipped home pretty quick, and got showered and changed into my work clothes, and I headed over to the local pub because they had big screen TV and CNN and all that crap. Going on at the time. The Prophet. That's a good one. See you later, Prophet. Nah, Les, don't just time him out. Kick him right out for good. Yeah. People like Pinball's channel, you get one chance here. Now, if there's something I see that's taking place, and I say, whoa, hang on a second, don't time that guy out. It might be a personal friend of mine being a jackass or whatever. Because we've all got friends that are jackasses. Sometimes they like to come in and they just talk how they talk, but that's why sometimes I make those friends of mine moderators, so that other moderators don't go ahead and kick them out. But I didn't hear any news about it all day long until about 4 o'clock. Once I got to my local pub after work, right? Appreciate that, drops and all. Oh, that happens. Those little buttons are tiny. Yeah, definitely don't block sandwich. So then what I heard was going on. Everyone was glued to the TV for, I don't know, a weeks after that. I don't know, whatever it was. But after a couple of days, the wheels, they kept turning. And I figured it might have been one of those 3-letter organizations that put that thing together. Far be it beneath one of them to throw a couple $1 million at some desert group of people and teach them to fly for some sort of benefit to them. And lo and behold, 3 days later, one of the 3-letter organizations' budget had increased immediately by $500 million a year. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot these days, but 20 years ago, $500 million was an awful significant pile of money, considering what their current budget was. Okay, so my mind kind of formulated that thing as well. But, at the end of the day, we may never know. Follow the money. Yeah, that's definitely a thing. But at the end of the day, we may never know the truth about what really happened. But the truth about what really happened is 2 planes flew into the buildings. 1 flew into the Pentagon. And a bunch of innocent men and women and service people, firefighters, emergency techs, police officers, ambulance attendants, office workers died unnecessarily that day. So that's what I was doing. I was troweling away on the ceiling of a sally port of a large new prison when I heard the news of that having taken place. And I'm sure all of y'all remember, as long as you're old enough. No, that's all right, Mark. Don't give it a second thought. I mean, um, sometimes I don't see someone saying hi, but if I see like I try and see everyone saying hi. Sometimes I don't always see that, but a question like that, I'm definitely going to spend some time addressing it, and I appreciate you asking that because I'm sure everyone remembers what they were doing. 59 Klingons chiming in from NorCal. 59. That's a lovely sleeping temperature. Near 5.60 a gallon. No shopping on meat prices. There you go. All right. Well, that's a skinny what's going on in NorCal there, guys and gals. Lovely sleeping weather. So, what about any of the rest of you? What did y'all do to prep this weekend? What are you getting done for your preps? Like I said, I'm dehydrating. Oh, there's Megan Stone looking for a boot. Go on ahead, guys. Trolls are hungry tonight. Or sorry, the moderators are hungry tonight. Just a troll booting. Now I'm gonna have to go out and buy a whole bunch of shoe polish for my moderators because they're getting their boots dirty here tonight. Wow, someone's Les is unhiding them. You know what? That happens all the time. You get moderators doing stuff. One moderator will get them, and then boom, somebody will hit the button just like a split second later. One will hide them, the other one will unhide them. They're like, "Oh crap! I gotta go undo my work." It's kind of funny. That happens all the time. Billy, yeah, sorry, chef. 20 seconds. Do you think you can deal with making 3 comments a minute or 3 questions a minute? Like, I'm pretty good at fielding all these questions, but yeah, they're doing a great job. Absolutely fantastic job. My moderators do rock here for sharing out links of other great channels and keeping the chat nice and clean as well. Also apprising me if there was something important I might have missed. They do that. You chopped up your 16-inch zucchini, and you're going to freeze it for stir fries. Okay. I've got a couple of big zucchini. I'm thinking of just shredding it and making relish out of it. I heard larger zucchini, they kind of get woody. I'll chop into it and we'll see what's going on with it. At this point, I may just harvest them for seed, which I'm doing with a lot of my pole beans actually this year. Yeah, drops. You know what? You got no idea how much it's appreciated. You guys definitely have my back. No preps today for you. You took the day off. Very, very important to do so, Jody. Very important to take time off from prepping. Cannot let it consume our lives. It needs to be part of our lives, but it can't rule our lives. No, Les, I'm not saying you did it on purpose. I'm not saying you're trying to do that. I'm just saying how it's funny that that happens because I do it myself. Moderators can be real quick. A moderator will get to a troll and boom, whack them, and then there's another moderator to boom, whack them right away, and they'll do it a split second apart, and one will hide them, and then the other one will unhide them without any intention. You know what I mean? That happens all the time. Zucchini bread I love way better, Gene W, than banana bread. You don't want a big woody zucchini. Then I may just have to harvest it for seeds. If I don't like pole beans, why save the seeds? Because buddies of mine love pole beans. That's why. And they're growing anyways, right? Next year I'll grow bush beans. There's a solution, right? You got a grill today. That's a good prep. Arc Wildman, nice. Is it an electric one or a gas one? There's another good channel, guys and gals, Arc Wildman Survival. Maybe one of my awesome blue wrenches could hammer up a link for Arc Wildman. That would be cool. Yeah, for trading. 100%. And you know what, Jody? It's not like I hate them or will never eat them. It's like I don't prefer them. I prefer a bush bean over a pole bean. That's all, right? Charcoal. All right, Arc Wildman. You know how to make a smoker out of it then, right? Just put your coals to one side. Take you a lump of hardwood. Now I use the hardwood I use is kind of ground up into little pieces, and we got to soak them with water. I make a foil envelope out of it, stab some holes in it. Happy Homesteader, I can see your question there. We could have Google moderators in here too, deleting stuff. That's a possibility. That takes place all the time. Michael, a dinner out with family. That's family prepping. That's great. Good. You need to prep that too. 100%. Very, very important to prep all aspects of your life, even if it's relationships. Unless it happens all the time. Really, it does. Like when we're moderating, I call it turd swatting. Just, so that you can guys and gals can get to know me a little bit better. I call it swatting turds, and I always have ever since I started moderating. I've been, what am I doing? Oh, I'm going over to such and such to swat the turds, right? So when we're over on Pinball's turd swatting, he's got some great moderators in there, and they're really quick on the draw, right? So you kind of want to keep up with that, right? Oh, camp propane stove, very nice. That is a great prep. But yeah, you're so quick on it, somebody smashes it, and then a split second later, hardly even a split second later, you'll hit it yourself, and it's like boom! I just went and undid the work that my fellow moderator did, and it happens to me all the time. So better to swat turds than to chase them. Yeah, we don't chase them. We just give them the boot. That's why I should be sending shoe polish to all my moderators, because their boots are filthy by now. Okay, well, you know what, Johnny, I respect that, and I mean, all right, if you're moderating for someone, like I moderate for a number of people, and some of them are huge YouTube prepping channels. You got to learn to moderate for that channel. Like some will allow a cuss word. Some people want it like as clean as Sunday prayers. Now, if all you've ever done is moderated on channels that want it as clean as Sunday prayers, and then you go over to the Angry Prepper and you try to moderate his channel for trying to keep all the cuss words out, it may not fly, that sort of moderating, you know what I mean? No stink bugs up here, Treasure. Nope, I've just heard about them and they sound nasty. I've heard Cliff mention them over at Fox Outdoors. My brother, he's down in Michigan. He's mentioned them. They sound terrible. Stu's doing some mod training. Boom, boom, boom. How you doing, Stu? Buy some leg traps. Comment by Jim Moore. Leg traps can be a good thing to have in your preps. Yes, we love the Angry Prepper. We absolutely do. We love the Angry Prepper, the Alaska Prepper, Prepper Nurse 1, of course, Pinball, Pinball Prepping, Pinball Preparedness. Hey, we like Prepper Now, right? TJ Preps we love. Heather over at Lake Ferry, and, Bigfoot, and there's just so many good ones. I could sit here all night and mention good prepping channels. I could have a stream just about that, right? You got rat-sized stink bugs. Dang, Mark Fool's Gold. Don't use a big shoe to swat them. You might want to live trap those and release them 30 miles away or something. I don't know. Box traps for groundhog, yeah. Dog for groundhog, that works real well. Dogs love the sport of groundhog hunting, I'll tell you that. Any good farm dog worth his salt, he'll bring you home a groundhog a day. And he'll just be prancing when he brings it home. Good evening, Clarice. I saw that, Monique. I saw that. Making friends with Stu, huh? So I've been dehydrating, vacuum sealing. I've been getting my winter pantry together. You know, doing sauerkraut, which is all done now. I just did a video today about putting cherry tomatoes back for the winter without canning, by the way. Oh, and I did get another prep. I did some mental prepping today, which was getting out to the flea market, just getting out into the sunshine for a nice little walk around, you know. Move the legs around a little bit, get some exercise, see what's out there, just a little recreation time. And while I was there, I got something. Well, Donna Aiken, how you doing? Welcome. All right, you want to play a guessing game? You want to guess what I got over at the flea market today for the for prepping? Anyone want to play? You want to play a game? If you want to play a game, hammer a 1. Either that, or you can just go ahead and start putting your guesses in. I'm going to have a storm shelter root cellar. My connection is unstable, is what the computer is telling me. So if anyone sees some sort of... No, I saw some cast iron over there, though. Your prep for today, napping. Scrappy cat, highly important. That's called health prepping. That's prepping your health and spirit. No, Sheila B, we're good for canning jars still. And lids. Nope, this one isn't a garden tool. Not this time. Displeased Jersey, Mike, Josh? All right. Oh, so you saw stink bugs over your... No. Didn't get any silver. Not today. Not in the budget today for silver. Nope, not canning jars, Tanya. Yeah, garbage can, dig a hole, put it in the ground. Absolutely. No, it's not an axe, but you're getting warmer, Monique. Nope, no rug. Although I could probably stand to replace some of my rugs. Nope, it's not a machete, but you're getting warmer. A can opener. No, I've got a few of those, but I should get some more, to be honest with you. No, I have not done Crazy Ed's barbecue cook-off challenge. No, I didn't get a quilt. I saw a nice wool blanket there a few weeks ago, but they wanted $40 for it. It's like, no. Old Zippo lighter, I wish, but no. Nope. Saw some cast iron, but nope. Chainsaw, nope. Can opener, nope. Propane kerosene heater, nope, I wish. Sword, no, but I did have my hands on a sword today. I did. Oh, what did Craig Lee just say? Yes. Boom. Craig Lee is the first one to guess correctly. Asmore running a very close second. No, folding saw Curvita. I bought new at Walmart. It's a Coleman. Don't buy it. It's junk. Boom. I Spy. Hit it on the head. No, not a katana. No. I'm not a sword collector. If I did collect swords, they would be, good Japanese steel, five or 600 years old. It would be like high quality stuff. So with that, no, not a saw. I bought a knife today, and that's to add to my go bag or whatever. Like I've got lots of knives around like this. You guys have all seen these knives before, and it's a good staghorn handle. It's an antique piece, but it's a little floppy, and the blade on it's not bad. It tunes up very, very quickly, but do I really want that if I'm bushcrafting or doing anything? Canadian Cabin Girl, welcome. Well, what's the skinny up there? What's your temperature like this evening? We still got 70 degrees right here now. I'm not sure how that converts to Celsius, probably in near 20. But I'll show you the knife that I got. It's not a great knife. It's not a good knife, but it'll serve the purpose that I want. And I won't mind beating on it with a stick to baton wood. You understand? So let me just have a swig of this, and I'll show you guys what I got. I'm fairly well prepped for screws, but you can never have enough screws. There's always another use for more screws. Screws of different kinds, different sizes, lengths, whatever. There's always a use for more screws. So this is a cheapie. I'm actually going to take the price sticker off of it. I'm going to use one knife to take the price sticker off of another knife. How about that? Bear with me. If anybody sees Pinball come in, let me know. Oh, I got some information for him. I'm not sure if he heard in his live stream, or I guess I can just text him tomorrow or whatever. He's probably busy. He sounded tired after processing all that wood. So he may just be finishing up his pinball wine. I make the same wine. However, he was drinking it. He made it, so it's pinball wine. I make mine. I drink mine. I use mine mostly for cooking. I call mine North Shore wine. It's pretty much the same recipe, though. Same thing. You know, make it out of grape juice. We make it at home. Very, very simple. 3 ingredients: grape juice, sugar, yeast. So that's what I got today. I did take the price sticker off because we may play another guessing game of what was the price. Okay. Now, when I mentioned to you it's not a fantastic blade, let me take the blade out of the sheath. The sheath isn't really fantastic either. It's okay to serve its purpose. Tornado watch was over for your area. Goodness gracious. I didn't realize there was one. That's terrible. The sheath smells nicely of leather. You can see the tooling on it. It's pretty nice. It's a fairly good thick cut of leather. Nicely stitched. It's not top quality. And the bottom piece here is kind of hinged, and you know this would obviously go through your belt loop, you know, to wear on your belt as such, and that would, you know, I guess this hinge piece would allow it to flow freely, and then it has this buckle up here, which is it's kind of flimsily put together, and I think after a lot of use and wear, it would probably wear out, and I would have to take it to a leathersmith to have something proper done with it. Got $12, I wish. Okay, so anyways, that's the sheath. It's good enough to serve its purpose for now. Bear in mind, it's a cheap knife. There's not a whole lot of money into it. So you kind of get what you pay for. I did have a Smith & Wesson knife in my hand, but it was too small. It was only about that skinny, and it wasn't big enough or hardy enough for what I was looking for, okay? So, on with the bladed portion of the show. Now, as you can see, the top of this blade kind of has a swoop on it. You see how it's beveled at the top there? Very, very similarly to this antique one. You see the scoop out at the top of that blade there? Right at the front? It's got a little spot here to put your finger if you want to, like for grip or whatever, right in front of the hilt there. Personally, I think I'd probably keep my hands back, depending on how you're using it, right? Typically keep your hand behind the hilt for self-protection. But that's the blade. I'm not going to go ahead and say it's super sharp, but it's pretty sharp. And it's a soft enough metal that I can easily put an edge on it and keep an edge on it, simply with a stone or one of my kitchen steels. Yeah, good for gutting, good for bushcraft stuff. As you can see, the thickness of the blade is about 3/16. So it's going to be good and hardy if I beat on the backside of this with a stick to baton some wood and process it down to make a fire with. And it's also sharp enough that I can do any whittling or bushcrafting, to make hangers for pots or toggles for, to use with your cordage in tarping or whatever you need to do. I spy with my little eye, the price was not that tall. So it's over 15 and under 30, okay? And there's a little bonus here on the back of this, little star-shaped skull cracker. No, with the bone handle there, it's not going to be full tang. Rich Mountains, I'll show you the back side of it. It's not full tang. The same as this blade here, this antique blade is not full tang. Like it does go right through, but full tang usually means the whole blade runs the entire length, and that's not the case with this. I believe like this one, there's like a rod that'll run from the bladed part down through the in this case staghorn handle. But it's nice and thick, so I can do my batoning with. It's hardy enough to take that. It's cheap enough that if I wreck it, I don't really care. It's soft enough metal. I can easily keep an edge on it, and it's going to be more reliable than one of these antique floppy ones, right? If I ever have a need to use it, in my sort of go bag outdoors overnight kit. So, okay, so the price sticker I removed off of it said $35. Some people are starting to hit it right on the head. So the guy had them on sale a couple of weeks ago when I was over there, and I didn't have it in the budget to get at that time, which is why I buy my stuff for my Bob slowly over time. I'm not made of money, and I don't always have an extra $50 to throw at something or whatever, right? Yeah, it's a good donkey for sure. Yeah, so the price sticker said $35. I said, well, you had them on sale a couple of weeks ago. What was the price then? He's like, oh, I'll give it to you for 30. So I said to the guy, and this is my my military surplus dealer that I go to for, my hats and my camo pants and stuff over at the flea market. We do a fair bit of business together, and we always negotiate. We always haggle the price, right? So I said to the guy, he said 30. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I said, I have a 20 and a 5 in my pocket. Can I offer you that? And he was like, yeah, we can do that. So it was a nice deal. At $25, I've got no problem beating on this with a stick to baton some wood with. It'll sharpen up nice and easily, simply with a stone or whatever. So for $25, I thought that was a great little prep today. Displeased. Well, that may well be the case. A lot of people don't really have friends around them. You may have neighbors, but it's possible they're all a-holes, right? So yeah, that was my $25 prep today. Among the other things that I did, harvesting and canning some of those, or preserving up some of those cherry tomatoes, the dehydrating that I'm currently doing. I still have more, and there's more and more and more and more to do. My San Marzanos, there's lots on the vine, but they're just not ripening. Jim, you know what? I thought it was perfect for my needs. It's not too big. It's not too big to handle. It's not too heavy to carry. It's not so fancy and expensive and delicate. You got to worry about breaking it or whatever. Oh, Francine, don't give it a second thought. We're just kind of chewing the cud here tonight. It's a Friday evening, or sorry, a Thursday. It's a Saturday evening after all. Freestyle. So donkey coming second at the auction for your new knife. $60. Goodness gracious. Holy cow, what's all this? Lisa, what are you doing? Another prep for me. Goodness gracious. Well, thank you ever so much. I appreciate that donation, Lisa. Thank you. Do you have any suggestions as to what I might use that to prep with or for? Like I'm the one who best knows what I need and don't need, but certain people will make a donation and they'll say, "Oh, for seeds for next year, or for this or that, or whichever." So yeah, if you'd like to chime in and say something about that, please go ahead and do so. I got your Polish military combat knife. I have no idea what the steel is, but yeah, it's a oh, and it can't sharpen very well. Gotcha. Thicker blade. Maybe it's a bayonet. Bayonets aren't really supposed to be terribly sharp. Uh, very, very hardy, and they'll never break. They're supposed to be pointy on the end to like run someone through with. It's not necessarily for cutting or gutting out a deer or anything like that. But Dancing Crow, I don't think I'd said hello. I get talking away and I miss people coming in. I apologize for that. It's not my intention to miss folks. Echo in the Forest, I don't believe I said hello. Rich, I think I got you early. Yeah, don't buy a fly swatter. Okay. I think, yeah. Do you know what? I did get one the other night, late at the very end of the live stream with that. And I was like, woo! But I think he had a twin. And I think I eradicated him today. So, hopefully, I haven't seen any yet. How many trolls do you have to expel per episode? All. Good question, but the answer to that is all. Sheila, I go to the reserve and I buy mine there. It's half the price of what I would have to pay at a regular store. It's not a bayonet. Okay. It has a sawback on it. Well, if it has a sawback on it, it might be pre Geneva Convention, depending on what kind of sawback it is. They might have to put a lot of work into that then to. Okay, so it's got a sawback on it, then it's single bladed side. Yeah, you may have to put a lot of work into it to tune that edge back up. And to be honest, if you don't know what you're doing with sharpening knives, it's easy to ruin a knife, or to make it extremely difficult for someone who does know how to work the edge on a knife to bring it back to. Yeah, cartons here are $51 a carton. That's a package of 8 packages for 25 cigarettes per package. So a carton has 200 cigarettes in it, $51. Everything is high in Canada. Yeah, I was sort of talking about that earlier, Cabin Girl. Gas is $5.05 here still, right? A gallon, right? But it's $1.39 even here right now. So maybe a little higher up your way. Not terrible, no. If I wanted to go to the store and buy like a premium brand like De Maurier or Players or Export or something like that, it would have to be it'd be $90 or maybe $100 or more. Get you up to 100 subs. Okay, hang on a second. Dowls is asking for something. I missed what that was. Dowls looks like Dowls Homestead is looking for subscribers. And guys and gals, listen, I don't mind plugging channels, but you know, I'll say if you've got a channel, say channel, and then I'll get my moderators to put your link up to do that. Don't go on somebody else's channel, including this one, and just think it's okay to promote your own channel. That's a little bit bad form, okay? It's a little forward for not having asked, and it's just a little bit bad form. But in the future, please ask, you know, and one of my moderators will be happy to go ahead and do that. We're about that, right? $10 a pack there in SoCal, so 10 plus. Yeah, if you had to go down to like Circle K or whatever, and not yet, Gary. And get a small package, which is like 20 per package. I think it's $14 or more for a small package. Cost $8 a carton? You must be rolling your own. And you got to be in the States. Hey, Suze. Okay, Mark just went and subbed Dowell. There you go. This is how we do it, right? Yeah. Yeah. Don't assume you have permission. Ask permission. And then this is what I find about life. Don't take anything. Always ask first. And typically, if you ask for something, 70% of the time, the answer is going to be yes, right? But if you never ask, the answer is always no, right? I can look at the knife on eBay for what is it's very cheap. Recommend for a knife to beat the hell out of, and it won't be phased. You know what? There's a lot of real tough knives out there, and to be honest with you, I was looking for, or have been looking for, an old school, either American or Canadian military one here, but the prices that they want for them are they're very high. They're not, at least here in Canada, they are. Dowell's rolls their own. Okay. A chain on a chainsaw. Well, you know what, John? Thankfully, my granddaddy taught me that when I was like 9. We always grew up on the farm, and we always had a bush lot, typically of maple, so that we could tap the trees for syrup, and also cut hardwood out of it for heat for the winter, right? So we had to do that. We were out there in the winter, before there was tons of snow, or in late winter when there still wasn't much snow, but the ground was still very hard, and a little bit of snow. That's when we'd be out gathering our wood for the next year. And Granddaddy taught me to sharpen a chain on a saw way back then. So I've been blessed to have that knowledge all my life, which it's come to serve me very, very well. I've had a lot of jobs that involved a lot of chainsaw work, and they always get dull, right? Whether you hit the dirt or you got some dirt on the outside of your bark or whatever. Hey, maybe there's a bullet lodged in the middle of it, and you end up running through a bullet or a staple from a fence post or something like that. Okay, see there, Canadian Cabin Girl just said, haven't bought seeds in years, you save yours. And that's exactly why I'm saving the seeds from my pole beans. I don't even like pole beans. I'll eat them, but I prefer bush beans. So I'll just let them dry on the vine. I'll harvest them for seed, right? And I'll put them back, and they'll bulk up my seed bank. It'll quadruple what I had for seeds before I planted that batch. So, Hava, welcome. Good to see you. Old pen knives are good. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a ton of good knives. Living a Rogue Life. Well, hello. Welcome. It's good to see you. That's another good channel to go out and check out, is Living a Rogue Life, guys and gals. And let's not forget Dowell's Homestead, okay? Love your bug zapper. Oh, I bet. That's got to be a godsend. Hardly any bugs here where I live. I'm in more of an urban environment, so it's not nearly as bad here. I mean, certain times of year, you try and sit out and have a little wee fire, and right like half an hour before the sun wants to go down, mosquitoes come at you from everywhere, but they have their time, their little time cycles, right? But you got to be ready for them, because they can be little buggers, right? Your favorite bean is Italian flat pole bean. Okay. I think one of my big toss up here. Usually, I think most folks, when they make baked beans, they're using a navy bean. Some people will use a Great Northern, and they're pretty much the same, but a Great Northern is just a little bit bigger than a navy bean. I always go with the navy beans when I want to make my Boston baked beans. So I would have to say my go-to, one of my favorites, would be a navy bean. But that's as far as using dried beans type of deal go. But beans that grow on a vine meant to eat the bean as a vegetable. As far as those goes, I love a yellow wax bean, bush bean. For beans and greens. Oh, a bunch of different grades of sandpaper. Score! Yeah, it's like buying a whole box of screws, a whole box of mixed screws. Perfect, because you'll always use them, right? Oh, I like all beans too. I love kidney beans, garbanzo beans. You can make hummus out of those. So, I mean, if that's to your flavor palette, then awesome, right? But there's so much October beans. I've never heard of those, Mark. Patty Bob, all the way from Germany. Look at you. Welcome. It's good to see you. Fuel's $1.70. 17 degrees. That's nice for sleeping. Welcome, Patty. It's good to see you. It's got to be late over there, or early morning. Pintos for baked. Kidneys for chili. Yeah. I see a lot of people using pintos for refried. Oh yeah, I definitely eat anything if I'm hungry, for sure. And there's so many ways to prepare beans. There's just so many ways, right? You find milsurp to have. The best stuff is always robust, whether it be knives, clothes. What's that? Milsurp. Okay. You bought a Czech field coat there last year. Best coat ever. Nice. I have not grown lima beans. I remember those being in mixed vegetables, frozen bag of mixed vegetables when I was a child. My mother would buy those, and me and my brother, we never ate the lima beans. They were always sort of dry and pasty. I didn't like the texture of them as a child. If I try them now, I haven't tried a lima bean in decades. Eve, there you are. Welcome. I haven't tried a lima bean in decades, but if I did, I'm sure I'd have probably a bit of a different palate about it myself. So again, guys and gals, any of you who are newer to my channel, okay, so I do have a military history. I also have a culinary history, okay? And I try to apply that significantly to my prepping, okay? So I do have a lot of videos regarding food, how to prep food, how to thrive, not just survive. You could eat plain white rice and red kidney beans, unflavored with anything, if you don't use your imagination. So because of my culinary background, it's easy for me to mix things up and do things in a very interesting way, different ways to cook your preps, stuff like that. So, and I've always got videos coming out that are sort of food and prepping related. So look ahead to those if you like that aspect of prepping, because I'll tell you, it's way better than eating plain white rice. I'll tell you that for sure. You like the lima beans and some stuff? You just finished up, getting a mustard recipe today. Yeah, that's another thing. Thanks, Jesus. I appreciate that. I hope that helps you, and I hope you have a good result with it. I make my own Dijon mustard, wine Dijon mustard. Like, one of the reasons why I make my own wine is because I make my own wine Dijon mustard. It's fantastic with the sauerkraut that I make. I don't make bratwurst yet. I have not made sausages as yet, but I may get to that. I don't have a lot of meat storage space, and I don't want to, something like bratwurst, I don't really want to can it. I kind of like it cooked on a grill from raw type of deal. Polk and eggs. Polk. I'm not sure what polk is. Is that a bean? Lisa, super easy to do. And you can do it with any amount of, like if you get a cup and a half or 2 cups of cherry tomatoes as your harvest, do it in a pint jar, right? Chicken, garlic, mustard stir fry. Very nice drops. Very versatile, yeah. Very versatile, that mustard. Cosmic, there you are. Welcome. I think I saw you at the tail end of Les's live stream earlier. You came in at the very, very tail end. He was eating one of those nasty combos that you sent over his way. He kept asking for you too. He was just in here not long ago. I'm not sure if Les is still here. Sheila B, I am not growing asparagus. However, I did run into my buddy's wife today at the grocery store, and they're growing asparagus, which is very, very cool. I think this year is summer number 2 for them to be in the ground, so no harvest this year. I think they're looking at summer number 3 as far as them having a harvest. And you know, where they market their stuff, they've got beautiful free range eggs, and you know, they raise their own meat birds and stuff like that. So where they market their goods, they always sell out. So they've got no problem with marketing those things, which is great. They do their own honey as well, which they, you know, goes for a great price, and they do their own maple syrup. Also goes for a fantastic price. They never have a problem selling those things out. So that is a blessing to their family. So that's kind of what I've been up to. Fairly relaxed Saturday. I kept busy getting some stuff done, but took a little break in the early part of the day to get over to the flea market, get something else prepped into, you know, goes a little bit beyond just bug out bag stuff. It's a good bush or bushcrafting knife. And it's one that I didn't have before. My BFK that I had to sell was significantly larger than this, and to be honest, highly impractical and not even easy to carry. So I was happy to have gone over to the flea market, and having seen this particular knife still in the my military surplus dealer's in his booth. Now, I can't get everything at that military surplus dealer. There's another military surplus store in our area I need to get to. They're very expensive. I need a compass out of there, and like a camp dinner kit. Is there any way to get your potatoes to grow bigger? Make sure the soil is loose. You can also, I'm not sure about Epsom salts, but potatoes want bone meal, okay? I always fertilize my potatoes with bone meal. Now, last year I did them in buckets. This year I did them in larger totes, as well as in the ground. So I'm going to have probably mixed results this year, different from what I had last year. But potatoes want bone meal. And make sure your soil is loose. It's just like growing carrots. If you've got really, really hard clay soil for your carrots to try and grow through, you need a good mix of organic materials in there, and peat is actually really good, and decent composted soil as well. Churned up very, very well, nice and loose. North Shore, as a period of time, you need to let the tomatoes sit before you're using for maximum yumminess. For maximum yumminess, well, they're going to get tastier and tastier the longer they sit. Like once I've cooked out my mustard, I set it in the fridge or on the shelf for at least 2 weeks before I even bother think about trying it, just to let everything get to know each other, right? So leave it a couple of weeks. I would say a month, and you're probably going to be you want to make a pizza with some of that in a month's time, or a hot sandwich, cold sandwich, bruschetta, whatever. But yeah, I would go check out wild lettuce. I had some growing in the backyard there last year, Jim. I wasn't too 100% sure on it, so I didn't follow its whole path, because there are a lot of things that look similar to wild lettuce, and you know, when you're talking about sort of medicinal type things, you need to be very, very careful what you do, right? What are ramps? Ramps are aren't ramps the tops of wild garlic? And scapes, that's another garlic thing too. Scapes are the top of garlic. Sometimes they grow a little curly. Maybe it's a certain portion of the top of the garlic. I know my sister Mallory over at Quebec Homestead. She has a great garlic butter video that she made using garlic scapes. So it's not the actual bulb or the head of the garlic. You're here after walking the Malamutes. Time to contribute work on storing your tomatoes. Oh, good. Yeah, let me know how it goes, Grizz. Hopefully you'll find it useful. And you can use any herb combination you want to in there. If you like the oregano, use the oregano. If you like the basil, go that flavor profile. If you don't have either, you got fresh thyme, throw some thyme in there. I don't suggest mint, but I'm not a big fan of mint. So you're putting your garlic in the end of September. I haven't grown any garlic yet. Not on this property anyways. And the last time I attempted to grow garlic, it just wasn't successful. I planted it in the fall and it was just crappy, okay? It was crappy. So for the root like the others for ramps. Okay, that must be a question for somebody else. Oh, boom! Thanks, Drops, for dropping Mallory's link there. Oh, Grizz, cool. Yeah, whatever flavor profile that you want to eat, yeah, you're gonna eat it. So you know what you like. So if you want to throw some jalapeno in there, you like a little bit of snap to it, you can do that. Crushed little chili flakes, you can throw that in too. What can I say, Billy? Yes, chef. Yeah, my Thai basil didn't do so well. I don't care for mint. I still have 2 plants of basil. They're like in pots, crappy pots, sitting outside. They're still producing. I just ripped the heads off of them, the flowers off them again today. Keep them doing their thing. Canadian poutine, oh yeah. Yes. That's basically just French fries and cheese curds with like a very hearty beef gravy over top of it. Very delicious. It's a Canadian thing. Oh, you don't like the lima beans either? As a child, my mother would buy those frozen. She wouldn't buy the whole bag of lima beans. They would just come in a mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables, lima beans thrown in there. And it was just like, bleh. They tasted like chalk or had the texture of chalk. Very gritty and dry, as it seemed to me. They might be great done other ways, but to eat as a vegetable, meh, a plain vegetable, nah. I'm not down with that. Maybe if you throw it in a blender and grind it into a paste and do something else with it, I'm not sure. Tried to let your lettuce go to seed. Something came along and ate it. Of course. Why wouldn't they? You know what? Gray Sky, depends where you are. You may have time to produce lettuce crop this year and let it seed again, depending on your growing region. I'll try and keep it straight, Billy. Yes, chef. Oh, living a rogue life. Appreciate that. Love all your great tips. Well, you know what? I try and share out my knowledge. What my channel is about is basically it's kind of documenting my prepping journey, and I'm showing you guys, taking you along with me, showing you what I do, because Lord knows everybody does things different. Living a rogue life will do something just a little bit different than I'll do. Drops will do something a little bit different than they'll do. Whichever, and we can all learn from the other, right? But thank you ever so much for that donation. That is very, very much appreciated. And I like to help people share ideas. You know what I mean? So, by putting up that video today of how to store your cherry tomatoes for winter, if that helps one person, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. Your lettuce went to seed. It was volunteer lettuce. Okay, gotcha. Didn't fertilize it. Just mowed it. And it grew like wildfire. Boom. There you go. That happens too. All of my San Marzanos I have in grown in the yard this year. They're all volunteers. Horseradish can be invasive. Well, I got some terribly invasive Jerusalem artichokes out there. I'll tell you that right now, Cabinet Girl. As a matter of fact, that Jerusalem and artichoke and I need to have a conversation. Really, we need to get something straight. Yeah, French fries with cheese and beef gravy. Yeah, cheese curds. Nice, squeaky, fresh cheese curds. It's a Canadian thing. It's even better when you put bacon on it, you know. I dig that, Billy. I get it. I get it. I appreciate it. Any little thing I can share, maybe show somebody else how to jazz up their foods, or how I put stuff away maybe that they hadn't thought of, you know. I do stuff mostly because I'm broke. One of the great aspects of my prepping is prepping on a budget, because Lord knows I don't have one to work with, right? So with what I do, if I can figure out how to prep 10 times as much for the same money, I'll do it, and I'll share it with you guys. And my culinary background really, really helps with that, right? So it's another tool in the toolbox that I can call on to help me with prepping. So I appreciate it. Not everybody knows those things, so I share it out. And like I say, if it helps one person, then boom, it's great, right? Oh, treasures! No one ever gets hungry in my live stream. No one has ever gotten hungry in my live stream. Invasive strawberries. You're gonna have so many next year. We'll set a stand out at the end of the road and sell them out by the basket. Well, see, that's just it, Lisa Divine. If I or doing however much more of what I would have done instead of in another way or whichever. So hating poutine makes you a bad Canadian? Not really. Maybe you got fed too much of it as a child. That's a possibility. You love a kale salad. I tried kale one time. I found it listening while having veggie lasagna. All right, you're going to get more hungry, whoever made the hungry comment there earlier. Sounds good, Marfool's Gold. We're invasive. Volunteer basil. Okay, cool. 3 feet tall. Boom. Lovely. Very nice. Rich beef gravy over top of it, so it gets nice and melty. You can add bacon to it or whatever you want. Hey, you can add Alfredo sauce instead of the gravy. Call it poutine Alfredo. Miss Taz, there you are. Welcome. It's good to see you. Easy. Great question. Is anyone else buffering? Because I can see it up here. My connection is unstable, but nobody else has mentioned it yet. Just yourself. Oh, Veronica is buffering? Oh, you got pizza in the oven. I can smell it from here, Tom. I'll be right there. Yeah, bacon is awesome. Bacon wrapped bacon. All right. Well, if it's doing a whole lot of buffering, I've already been on for an hour and 40 minutes. So we might as well just call this a good one. It was a great chat. Love chatting with all you guys and gals. Great information swapped out all over the place. Fantastic job done by my moderators. Sharp on their toes with keeping the chat nice and clean. For anyone that left super chats, it's so appreciated. I know that stuff's not easy to come by these days, so I appreciate what you can share with me. Minister Kev. Well, Minister Kev's asking for folks to go check out his channel, but yeah, we always ask permission before we do those things. Minister Kev, if we see you in here again, you're not unwelcome to come and join us for future live chats, but we do not self-promote here. I'm happy to, if you ask me or mention that you have a channel and ask one of my lovely moderators, I'll either ask my moderators to promote it for you, or they can go ahead and get a link up to your channel. We'll look at it, and as long as you're not kicking puppies or pinching babies, one of those kinds of people, then we don't mind shouting out other channels. But we definitely don't want to shout out any channels that we don't know what they're up to. So you got to give us that opportunity, okay? Carol Ann Henderson, there you are. Hello, and good evening. We're just on the way out here. You're coming in right at the very, very tail end. There's a lot of people out there having buffering, bacon wrapped scallops. Boom. Bacon wrapped shrimp is the bomb as well. Put that on the bobby. Teresa Calloway, well, thank you so much. You're new here? Oh, and you love the tomato video. Well, I hope you have an opportunity to give it a try. If you've got some cherry tomatoes and not a big harvest of them, that's an easy way to put some back. They'll keep easily until next spring or summer for you. And thank you for that donation, Teresa. I very, very much appreciate it. No, I'm not on Facebook, Patty. I've never had that. Triple Horn, you don't have a channel. Don't subscribe. Gotcha. Oh no, unhide Billy. Truth be told, Billy's a friend of mine. Yeah, Cliff, if you could unhide Billy. Yeah, no, he needs to be allowed in. He can be a little salty at times, but we have a relationship outside of my channel that we speak on different levels. So if you could allow him or unhide him, Cliff, that would be appreciated. Awesome, Cliff, you're the man. Yeah, Billy, that was Cliff didn't know the sort of understanding of sort of how we interact. So forgive that. But with that, guys and gals, I'm going to thank again everyone for being here. Again, my moderators, everyone who left a super chat. Thank you again, all ever so much. We're Saturday, so we still got a good portion of the weekend ahead of us. So I hope everyone stays well, safe, has a productive rest of your weekend. Don't forget to hold up your brothers and your sisters, guys and gals. Don't ever look down on anyone unless you're about to help them up. With that, this is North. Have a good evening, all.